Hey everybody, welcome to class today. Today is going to be a level 2, more level 3 backbending vinyasa flow. So we get into some back bends in pincha, in handstand, lots of bow shapes. It's a sweaty one. If you enjoy these classes, please remember to like and subscribe. And if you've got any feedback, any comments, or if you want to see more of anything, let me know in the comments section or let me know on Instagram. We are going to get started in a kneeling position in the center of the mat. Starting in a comfortable kneeling position, draw energy up through the spine, out through the crown of the head, nice and tall. And take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Big open mouth exhale. In through the nose, feel the lower ribs expand, feel the belly expand. Big open mouth exhale. Seal the lips, start to breathe in and out through the nose if possible. Maybe inviting in Ujjayi breath. Bring that gentle constriction to the back of the throat like you're trying to fog up a mirror. And then if your eyes were closed, maybe gently blink them open. As you inhale, gentle back bend, open the heart to the sky. And then exhale, bow the forehead to the mat. One more like that. Inhale, gentle back bend to the sky, open the back of the heart. And then as you exhale, transition to tabletop. On your next inhale, drop the belly, reach the sternum forward, tail to the sky, cow belly breath. And then as you exhale, think of scooping from the tailbone, then rounding the back of the heart towards the sky, gentle tuck of the chin to the chest for cat. Inhale, drop the belly, reach the sternum forward. Exhale, widen the space between the shoulder blades, really scoop up through the belly. Take 3 more here. On your next inhale, keep the left knee down, bend the right knee, send the foot to the sky as if you could touch the back of your head, cow belly breath. And then as you exhale, round the spine, draw the nose towards the knee. Inhale, send that foot up to the sky, engage through the glute and hamstring. Exhale, round. Inhale, make sure that that left knee is directly underneath the hip as you arch. Exhale, pull it in. Take 2 more here. This time as you inhale, either stay here or take the left hand to heart. Maybe reach it around for the inside edge of the right foot. And then use the strength of the glute and hamstring to open up the chest a little bit more. 1 more breath here. And then exhale, send the right leg long, take the left hand down to the floor. Keep the left foot off to the side, transition into a modified side plank. As you inhale, sweep that right arm up and overhead. And then as you exhale, draw knee to elbow. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, draw knee to elbow. Take 3 more here. Inhale, reach everything long. As you exhale, bend the right foot. This time, reach for the outside edge of the right foot. And then using the strength of the glute and the hamstring as opposed to just using the arm, bring a back bend into the spine, pulling the foot behind you. 1 more breath. Inhale, reach everything long. Exhale, bring it back to a tabletop position. Take an inhale, cow belly breath. Exhale into your cat. And this time as you come into your cow, keep the left leg bent, send the foot up to the sky as you inhale. Exhale, scoop it forward, knee to nose. Take 4 more just like that. Keep the right hip hugging in underneath you. This time as you inhale, keep that left foot reaching towards the sky, the heart shining. Stay here or take the right hand to heart. Maybe reach the right hand back for the inside edge of the left foot. Use the strength of the glute and the hamstring to push that foot a little bit higher, opening up the front of the chest. And then slowly send the left leg long behind you. Take the right hand down. Kick the right foot off to the side, coming into your modified side plank. Inhale, sweep the arm forward. Exhale, tap knee to elbow. Inhale, sweep it forward. Exhale, tap knee to elbow. 3 more. Inhale, send it long. Exhale, bend the left knee, reach for the outside edge of the left foot, and then again using that glute and hamstring to get the extension as opposed to just pulling on the foot. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, come back to your tabletop position. Tuck under the toes, wrists directly underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, keep a neutral spine, just bring the knees to hover. As you inhale, just like we did in cat-cow, you're going to send that right foot to the sky. Keep the knee bent. Inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring right knee, right elbow. Inhale, kick it straight up to the sky. Exhale, tap the elbow. 1 more here. Bring it back to your bear position. Shift the weight to the right foot as you inhale, left foot to sky. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. The spine stays in neutral. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more here. Take a breath in your bear. And then as you exhale, you're going to send the hips up and back. We're in a shorter version of a downward dog. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, you're going to shift forward, come back into your bear position, the knees hover. Inhale, come into your downward dog. Exhale, come into your bear. We're just going to take 3 more. Come back into your downward dog and lengthen your dog out to its normal length. As you inhale, sweep the right leg up behind you, bend the knee, open up through the hip. Draw the right shoulder down, send the left heel down. Take an inhale here. Exhale, shift forward, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, open up the hip. Exhale, shift forward. Take 3 more like that. And this time, shift forward into your plank. Keep the right knee glued to the right elbow for an extra breath. Send it back to a single leg plank. Bend the right knee, and then you're going to drip the right toes behind the left knee, transitioning into a side plank variation. Inhale, sweep the right arm forward. And then as you exhale, plant the right hand, tap right knee to right elbow again. Inhale, three-legged dog, keep the hips even. And then as you exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up, open up through the hip. Left shoulder draws down, right heel draws down. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, shift forward, knee to elbow. Inhale, take it back. 4 more times. This time, keep the left knee glued to the left elbow for an extra breath. Send the left leg back, keep the knee bent, drip the toes behind the right leg, coming into your Vashisthasana variation. Inhale, sweep that left arm forward. And then as you exhale, tap left knee, left elbow. Inhale, send it back to a three-legged dog. And then as you exhale, come into downward dog. Ground down firmly through both palms, and if you can, at the same time, you're just going to drop both elbows down to the floor so we've landed in our dolphin. Walk the feet forward. And keep pressing down evenly through the forearms. Relax through the neck and the shoulders. And then you're just going to start to walk the feet back until you land into your forearm plank. As you inhale, you're going to shift forward onto the tippy toes. And then as you exhale, think of pressing energy back through the heels. Inhale, shift all the way forward. Exhale, shift it back. So we're just doing a body saw. You're going to take 3 more. Ground down through the right forearm, angle it in if you need to. Pick up the left leg, bend the left knee, and then you're going to drip the toes behind the right knee, coming into a baby Vashisthasana variation. Inhale, sweep the left arm up and overhead. Exhale, bring the left forearm down. See if you can tap left knee to left arm, and then bring it back to your plank. Angle the left forearm in if you need to. Raise the right foot, bend the knee, drip it behind, and then as you inhale, sweep that right arm up and over. And then as you exhale, bring the right forearm down, tap right knee, right upper arm. Inhale, back into your forearm plank. And then as you exhale, slowly with control, lower the hips, untuck the toes, Sphinx pose. Think of drawing the elbows towards the back of the room as you draw the chest through the gateway of the arms. And don't poke your chin out. So think of lengthening through the back of your neck. Your gaze is probably going to be down in between your thumbs. Take 3 more breaths here. Really active pose, really good for the posture. And then exhale, think of rolling down the front of your body slowly. Tent the fingertips off to the sides of the mat. Inhale, peel up into a wide-armed cobra. Engage through the pelvis to protect the lower back. Exhale, dip right shoulder, look over to the left. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, dip left shoulder, look over to the right. Inhale, come through center. 1 more each side. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, roll down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. We'll take rolling cobras. Elbows point back as you inhale. Think of peeling the chest off the floor. And then as you exhale, think of peeling it back down. Just take 4 more like that, keeping long through the back of the neck, long through the lower back. If you want to challenge yourself, maybe the hands come to float, but don't use the upper traps to get the movement. Keep using the upper back muscles. One more and we'll hold at the top. If you're not floating the hands, maybe you bring them to float. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, plant the hands, tuck under the toes, knees up or down, plank pose. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, shift it all the way back into your downward dog. Look towards the top of the mat and start to heel toe walk yourself all the way to the backs of your hands. Every joint in my body is going to crack today. Then take a moment in your ragdoll, opening up the hamstrings. And then release the hands, bend through the knees, drop the tailbone towards the floor as you start to roll up the length of the spine. Head and neck will be the last to come. Surya Namaskar A, nothing fancy. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step, walk or float to Chaturanga. Inhale, flip the toes, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Chaturanga. If you're jumping, land with bent elbows. Inhale, your back bend. Back of the neck is long. Exhale, downward dog. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. 3 more just like this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Step, walk or float. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Look to the top. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last round. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Step, walk or float. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees, sink the hips, chair pose. Inhale. Exhale. Surya B, classical. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, your back bend. Always feel free to go straight to plank or straight to downward dog. Exhale. Step the right leg forward, drop the back foot on an angle. Inhale, warrior one. If that bothers your knee, come into crescent. Exhale, plant the hands. Option, single leg Chaturanga. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, downward dog. I'll show crescent on this side. Inhale, step the left leg forward. If you're coming into crescent, the back heel stays raised as you inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, plant the hands. Option, single leg vinyasa. So depending on your knees, you'll stick with Crescent or you'll stick with Warrior One. It's totally up to you. Look to the top, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale to stand. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, dog. Right leg steps. Inhale, your warrior. Exhale, vinyasa. Left leg steps. Inhale, your warrior. Exhale, vinyasa. Look to the top, step, walk, or float. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand. 3 more rounds just like this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Left leg, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Step, walk, float. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Don't worry if you're not at my pace. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Left leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Step, walk, or float. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Left leg. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time as you inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, shift forward, tap right knee, right elbow. Keep the right knee bent, send it back, drip it behind the left toe, drip behind the left knee, maybe it doesn't touch the floor. Inhale, sweep that right arm up and over. Exhale, tap right knee, right elbow, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, send it up and back, open the hip. Stay here, or maybe you start to teeter-totter over, dripping those right toes behind you, coming into your wild thing. Take 5 nice deep breaths here. And take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly take that right hand down to the floor, step the right foot up in between the hands, drop the back knee, untuck the toes, inhale, sweep the arms up, Anjaneyasana. As you exhale, you're going to interlace the fingers behind you. Inhale, send the chest up to the sky. See if you can bring the knuckles down towards that back thigh. But imagine that someone's pressing their fists in between your shoulder blades, and that's where the opening's coming from, up in the thoracic. Release the back bend, inhale, sweep the arms up and over. And then as you exhale, straighten out through the front leg, Ardha Hanuman. Inhale, sweep the arms up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, Ardha Hanuman. Take 3 more. Take the hands down to the floor, step that right knee back to meet the left. Keep the hips over the knees, and you're just going to start to walk the hands forward, coming into Anahatasana Puppy Pose. Keep an engagement through the ribs and the pelvis connection. And think of sinking the forehead and the chest down to the mat, as opposed to resting on the chin and hyperextending through the neck. And ground down through the forearms, make sure the elbows are shoulder distance apart, and start to curl the toes, walk yourself forward, coming in to Dolphin Pose. You can feel free to hang out here, or if you have a pincha Mayurasana practice, you're going to step one foot forward, take the other foot up. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you can catch your balance in pincha Mayurasana. Keep pressing down through the forearms, and keep lengthening away from the floor, she says as she sinks slowly towards the floor. Keep engaging through your lower back and your glutes. If you came up, see if you can slowly split the legs, taking one foot down, and then the other landing in Dolphin Pose. Walking yourself back, coming in to your forearm plank. This time, we're going to untuck the toes. So stay in your forearm plank, but we're going to be on the tops of the feet. As you inhale, you're slowly going to start to reach the sternum through the gateway of the arms. The hips will lower to hover. And then as you exhale, engage through the lower belly. Come back up into your forearm plank. Inhale, think of the sternum reaching forward as opposed to the hips dropping. Exhale, fire it up. Just take 3 more like that. This is the core work that's needed to stay safe in our back bends. And with that same amount of control, slowly lower the hips all the way to the floor, landing back in our Sphinx pose. Take an inhale, draw the elbows back. Open mouth, exhale. Angle the left forearm in towards the right elbow. You're going to take a bend through the right knee. Reach back with the right hand. Catch the inside of the foot if you can. Thumb faces up. Maybe you stay here, or start to pivot around the thumb so that the fingers face towards the front of the mat. The elbow comes towards the sky. Arda Bakasana. Try and keep both shoulders facing forward, and try not to let that knee splay way out to the side. slowly release that foot without slingshotting it. Return to your Sphinx for an inhale, re-lengthen through the spine. And then as you exhale, angle that right forearm in, bend through the left knee. Take the left hand back, thumb faces up, grab the inside of the foot, and then start to pivot around the thumb so that the fingers face towards the front of the mat. The elbow comes to the sky. If that doesn't work in your body, you can always take a towel or a strap and just come into a quad stretch. If you have the foot slowly with control, you're going to release it. Take one more breath in your Sphinx pose. And then exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. Bring the hands off to a skydiving position, a cactus position. The forehead is down. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, think of lengthening the lower back by pressing the pubic bone down, pressing both feet down into the floor. Keep this as you inhale. And then as you exhale, think of peeling the chest off. The elbows are going to stay in the same line as the shoulders, the wrists in the same line as the elbows. So if you notice your hands wanting to flick up towards the sky, try and keep them neutral. It's just your forearms trying to help you where your shoulders are weak. Take another inhale. And then exhale, slowly lower down. We'll take 5 more just like that. Inhales to rise. Exhales to lower. Keep nice and long through the back of your neck. So not letting the head drop down towards the floor. And then make a little pillow with your hands. Come to rest your forehead on your hands. You're going to bring your knees the width of the mat, and then you're going to bring your heels together. So you're like in a little frog kick position. Take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, keeping the heels together, you're just going to lift the knees off, squeeze the glutes as if you could touch the heels to the floor, to the sky. Inhale, draw it down. Exhale, lift it up. Take 3 more like this. The movement is coming from your glutes and not from your lower back. So if you feel this in your lower back, I want you to just not come up as high. And release. And now we're going to combine the two. So come back into your little cactus position. Keep those heels glued together. Take an inhale. And then this time we're going to lift on the exhale. So raise upper body, raise legs. Inhale, slow, controlled release. Just take 4 more on your own. You should feel your whole back body firing here. And on the 4th one, we're going to hold it. 5, 4, 3, oh, I have ants all over me. 2, 1. Plant the hands underneath the shoulders, send the legs long, knees up or down, plank pose. And then as you exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. I think the ants are attracted to my sweat. As you inhale, you're going to sweep that left leg up behind you. Exhale, tap it forward, left knee, left elbow. Keep the knee bent, you're just going to drip it behind the right knee. Maybe it doesn't touch. Inhale, sweep it up and overhead. Exhale, come back to your plank, left knee, left elbow. Left knee, right elbow. Inhale, send it up into your 3-legged dog. Open up through the hip and stay. Or slowly start to take yourself over into your wild thing. Wherever you are, we're holding for 5 breaths. Take one more nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, start to bring that left hand down as you step the left leg all the way through in between the hands. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, sweep the arms up, Anjaneyasana. And then as you exhale, interlace the hands behind you, taking the non-dominant grip. Inhale, open up through the collarbones to the chest. See if you can send those fists down, keeping that the tuck of the pelvis. There we go. Slowly release your back bend as you inhale, sweep the arms up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, Ardha Hanuman. Just take 4 more like that to your breath. You take the hands down to the floor and you're just going to step the left knee back to meet the right. And this time we're going to come to stand on the shins. So pad the knees if you need to. Take one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, and keep that nice straight line. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to hinge backwards from the knees. Inhale, draw it forward. Exhale, hinge backwards. Keep going. Stay nice and engaged through your glutes. You should really feel this in your quads. And your body should stay in one long line. So if your butt's sticking out, it probably means that you're just dumping into your lower back. I want you to really think of that connection between your frontal ribs and your frontal hip points. Bring it all the way back up, and then you're just going to walk the hands back forward, coming back into your Anahatasana. And take a nice deep breath here. Big open mouth exhale. You can feel free to stay here, or we're going to make our way back into dolphin. You can feel free to stay here, or we're going to go for pincha. Maybe you try scorpion in pincha. So make sure you have a solid pincha practice first. Think of growing out of the upper body, bend at the knees, and then start to send the sternum towards your hands as you bend your knees. So open up the thoracic and bend the knees, as opposed to just thinking of curling around the lower spine. Gaze comes towards your thumbs. And then if you came into your scorpion, you're slowly going to start to draw the legs straight as you draw the sternum back in between the gateway of the arms. And then slowly make your way back into dolphin pose. From here, we're going to press evenly into both palms. If you can, at the same time, you're going to lift the elbows back up into your downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat. Step, walk, or float. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Inhale into your chair pose. Exhale, interlace the hands behind you. Inhale, send the fist back. Exhale, take a forward fold. Keep the knees as bent as you need to get the shoulder opener. Rebend through the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Utkatasana, chair pose. And then as you exhale, interlace the hands behind you again. Non-dominant grip. Inhale, open up the chest. One more time. Exhale, fold forward, opening up through the shoulders. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Inhale, come into your chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, step walk or float, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up, open the hip, maybe take it to wild thing just for an inhale. And then as you exhale, tap right knee, right elbow, right knee, left elbow. Step the right foot forward. Keep the back knee lifted as you inhale, come all the way up into your crescent lunge. Draw the right hip back, both hips, ribs, shoulders face forward. Interlace the hands behind you, take an inhale, open through the collarbones, and then as you exhale, just like someone's pressing through your upper spine, see if you can open up the chest, get the fists to connect with that back thigh. Back thigh presses up, back hand presses down. Release your back bend as you inhale, come up into your crescent. And then as you exhale, straighten out through that front leg, come into your pyramid pose. Inhale into crescent. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, pyramid. Take two more, make sure that that front knee keeps tracking forward, it doesn't collapse inwards. Inhale into your crescent, and then this time as you exhale, you're going to send it all the way forward, coming into your warrior three. Bend through the back knee, just like we did at the start. See if you can think of stamping the left foot up towards the sky, really engaging the glute and the hamstring. Arms can be wherever is comfortable for you. Slowly start to come to standing. Keep a bend in that left knee. Now you're upright, and you're just going to start to send that left leg behind you. So we're essentially doing Chandrasana without the assistance of the hands. So start to reach the hands back, open up through the chest, and see how far you can lift that foot up. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, still standing on that right leg, we're going to fold it all the way forward, coming into our standing splits. You can stay here, or if you have a handstand practice, you can start to take it up into your handstand. I may or may not sneakily be using my clothesline as a balance point. Keep lengthening through the lower back. And if you came up into your handstand, you're going to slowly split the legs. Right leg comes down, left leg steps all the way to the back of the mat. Plant down through the left hand, drip those right toes behind the left leg. Take an inhale here. Maybe keep that bend in through the right leg as you come into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up, open up through the hip, maybe come into your wild thing for an inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to plant the left hand, tap left knee, left elbow, left knee, right elbow. Step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. It seems that siesta time has finished and everyone's come back to work and is going to be really noisy, but that's okay. Interlace the fingers behind you, non-dominant grip. Open up through the chest, fist to thigh, thigh to fist. As you inhale, sweep those arms up and overhead, Crescent Lunge. Exhale, Pyramid Pose. 4 more, just like that. Making sure to really engage that left glute so that the knee stays tracking forward. Inhale, come up into your crescent, and then as you exhale, shift it forward, coming into your warrior 3, bending through the right leg, stamping that right foot up to the sky. Grounding down through the left foot, come up to standing, keep that right foot behind you. Now we're in a slightly different orientation, engage that glute and hamstring. See if you can bend that knee, almost like you could touch it to the back of your head, and then reach the hands back as if you're reaching for the foot. Really waking up all the muscles to do those really fancy poses, but using strength instead of just dumping into your joints. Taking one more breath here. And then as you exhale, fold it all the way forward, coming into your standing split. Once again, feel free to stay here, or you can take handstand. Maybe you try for the scorpion in handstand. So if you make your way into handstand, hopefully you don't have a clothesline in your way. You're going to start to bend through the knees, just like you did in pincha. Send the sternum forward between the hands. And think of the bend coming from the upper back as opposed to from the lower back. And I'm just not going to be able to get it today. These clotheslines are really throwing me. When you've had enough, slowly float that left leg down. Step the right leg to the back of the mat. Plant down through the right hand. Droop the left toes behind the right knee. Inhale, sweep yourself up. Maybe keep the bend in the left knee as you come down into your chaturanga. Inhale into your plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Both elbows at the same time. Lower yourself down into your dolphin pose. And then you're just going to lower the knees down. Walk the hands back towards the thighs. And we've come back to our kneeling position. So you can stay with the matrix camel if that's what you want to do. Otherwise, we're going to start to take the hands to the lower back. Hands in jeans pockets as you inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, lengthen the buttocks away from the lower back as you start to peel the chest open. If you feel like you want to stay here, you can stay here. Otherwise, starting to take the hands back, reaching for the heels, either with the toes tucked under or the feet flat to the ground. Hips are working to stay above the knees. And as always, the back bend comes through the whole spine, not just the lower spine. If you came down into your camel, start to work the hands to the lower back. Slowly come all the way up. Untuck the toes if you tuck them and come to sit on your heels. Take a breath. And then start to walk yourself forward back into your Anahatasana. As always, feel free to stay here, or we're going to come back into another round of our pincha. So start to bring the elbows underneath the shoulders, walk yourself into your dolphin, maybe stay here, or if you're coming to pincha, we're going to take a split pincha. So make your way into your pincha, and then you're going to bend one knee as if you're coming into scorpion, and then send the other knee
the other leg is going to stay straight and go towards the back of your mat. So you're essentially kind of like in a split position. And then we're going to switch it out. Let's see if I can do this. So come back up through pincha. And then bend the other knee as if you're coming into scorpion. And then send the other leg straight towards the back of the mat. Keep lengthening the lower back. Keep pressing the floor away. Slowly make your way back through pincha. And then make your way into a forearm plank. Take an inhale here. Exhale. Shift to the right forearm. Pick up those left toes. Bend the knee. Maybe you reach back with the left hand, grabbing for the bow shape. Slowly releasing. Take the left forearm down, shift it over to the left forearm. Pick up the right foot, bending it behind you, maybe grabbing a hold of that right foot, coming into the bow shape. And slowly releasing. Bring the right forearm down, take an inhale in your plank. Exhale, lower the hips. Inhale into your Sphinx pose. Exhale to release. This time you're going to take the hands directly out in front of you. Feet are hips distance apart. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, you're going to lift everything up. So pressing that pubic bone down. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, cactus out through the arms. Inhale, reach the hands forward. Exhale, draw it back into a cactus. Take 3 more. Inner thighs keep spinning up. Don't let those legs float apart. Last one. Plant the hands underneath the shoulders, knees up or down, plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Crack. Inhale, send the right leg up, open up through the hip and stay, or flip the dog on an inhale. Exhale, come forward, tap right knee, right elbow, right knee, left elbow. Step it through, crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale through your pyramid pose. Inhale into your crescent. Exhale, come forward nice and controlled, warrior 3. Keep that left leg bent. And then bring it all the way up to standing. Come into your Chandrasana, prep for an inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to start to open up to the side and transition into Ardha Chandrasana. So the right hand's going to come down, the left leg karate chops the sky. Stay here or bend through that left leg, reach back for the outside edge of the ankle, coming in to Chapasana. Keep a hold of the foot if you've got it. Start to rotate the torso down towards the floor, and then you're going to come all the way up into standing. Draw the left knee next to the right. Inhale, send that right arm up to the sky. And then as you exhale, as opposed to just kicking into the foot, just like we've been doing, engage the glute and the hamstring to lift that leg behind you as you start to tilt the torso forward, coming into Chandrasana, dancer's pose. Slowly, as you exhale, you're going to release that foot, make your way through a warrior 3, and come all the way in to your standing split. Once again, you can stay here or you can play around with handstand. I'm going to see if I can hop myself over here out of the way of my clothesline. If you want to play with scorpion, feel free. Keep reaching that space between the shoulder blades towards the front body. And I'm using my hands as little brakes, so I'm kind of gripping at the mat. If you came up into your handstand, you're going to slowly release one leg down. See if you can do a split. Release the right leg down to the mat. Step the right leg all the way to the back of the mat. Ground down through, step the left leg all the way to the back of the mat. Ground down through the left hand. Drip those right toes behind you, or maybe grab hold of the right foot, coming into your bow in your side plank. And then as you slowly release, we're going to come, oh shoot, we're going to come back, into a three-legged dog. And then you can either move through a chaturanga or maybe a chin stand is in your practice. I encourage you not to take weight on your chin, but hover your chin above the mat using the strength of your arms. So wherever you are, take one more inhale in your three-legged dog and then shift it forward. Maybe taking a chin stand, maybe taking a traditional vinyasa. We meet in downward facing dog while I fix my surroundings. Inhale, take that left leg up and behind you. Open up the hips, stay, or flip the dog as you inhale. Exhale, shift it forward, tap left knee, left elbow. Left knee, right elbow. Step it through. Inhale, come up into your crescent. Exhale, pyramid pose. Inhale, come into your crescent. Exhale, warrior three. Keep that right knee bent. Start to stand it all the way up. Coming into your Anahatasana prep, really engage the back body. And then start to send the right leg long as you open up the body to the side, transitioning into your Ardha Chandrasana. Staying here or bending that top knee, reaching for the outside edge of the top foot, coming in to Chapasana sugarcane pose. Keep a hold of the foot if you've got it. Start to transition the body so it's facing towards the floor. Engage through the left leg and then come all the way out to standing. Stay in the quad stretch, knees parallel to each other, or start to reach that left arm up and overhead. Use the strength of the leg to start to reach it behind you and then start to tilt yourself forward. So theoretically, you should be able to release that right hand and still have exactly the same depth. If you're going much further than that, there is the potential that you're just dumping into your joints and it looks cool for Instagram, but it won't look cool in like 3 years when it's really painful. Slowly, with control, release that back leg, come into your warrior three, and then plant the hands, coming into your standing split, or one final time playing with your handstand. Maybe this time you take a split scorpion, so just like we did in pincha, you'll bend one leg and send the other leg long. Really tricky. And then maybe you can switch it out. Maybe you have to play around. You can always pause the video. And if you went upside down, slowly hop yourself down, plant that left leg, step the right foot to the back of the mat, ground down through the right hand, Shift into your side plank, maybe dripping the toes, maybe grabbing a hold for the bow in side plank. And then slowly releasing the foot. We're going to come back through our three-legged dog. And again, you've got the option to take a traditional vinyasa, or you can come into that chin stand variation. Take one more breath here, and then shift yourself forward, maybe coming in to your floating chin stand. And when you're ready, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Nearly there. Lower the forearms down to the mat. Lower the knees down to the mat. And then walk the hands back in towards the knees. Any variation of Ustrasana Camel Pose that we've done before, feel free to take. Otherwise, we're going to go a little bit deeper to a pose which I can never remember the name of, but that's okay. Start by coming into Camel Pose. If this is good, you're going to start to walk the hands down the back of the legs. Then maybe down the backs of the calves. Just like we did in that camel at the start, think of hinging back from the knees, keeping really long through the spine. Maybe you can start to walk the palms to the soles of the feet. And maybe you can start to bring the elbows down onto the floor. I'm not super flexible, so this probably doesn't look really pretty, but that's okay. Maybe you can start to drop the head back. If you came all the way back, start to tuck the chin to the chest. You're going to reverse the movement, so start to come off the forearms, engage through the quads, engage through the abs. Bring yourself all the way back up, and then sit down onto the heels. Give yourself a second, take a nice deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. From here, we're just going to transition all the way forward onto our bellies. Done your Asana Bow Pose. So you're going to bend both of your knees. Start by interlacing the fingers at the lower back. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, think of sending the feet to the sky, the hands between the knees. So this, again, theoretically, is as deep as you should get in your back bend. This is using the strength of your muscles to get you into the position. You can stay here, or you can start to reach back for the ankles, allowing a little bit more of a shoulder opener. Think of kicking the feet back towards the back of the room, as opposed to just wrenching everything upwards. Strong engagement through the glutes. 2 more breaths. Slowly release everything long. Locust pose, inhale. Plant the hands underneath the shoulders as you exhale, plank or tabletop. Downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat, step walk or float your way through to a seat. And then make your way all the way down onto your back, nice and slowly. We're going to set up for bridge pose and Chakrasana wheel pose. If you're feeling like you're pretty cooked, you can feel free to just take a block underneath your sacrum and come into a supported bridge. Otherwise, feet are parallel about hips distance. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, think of rolling the spine off one segment at a time. So you might not come up as high, but you should feel some really nice length through the lower back. Engage your hamstrings by drawing your heels towards your glutes. And then slowly roll yourself down. Let the knees knock together. Feel free to come into Supta Baddha Konasana. Feel free to come into supported bridge, or we're working towards a wheel pose. Wherever you are, we're going to start in our bridge pose. Flip the hands so that the fingertips tickle the shoulders, elbows to the sky. Take an inhale. Keep the elbows hugging in as you exhale. Press the floor away, coming in to your wheel pose. You can feel free to stay here, or maybe you want to take a walk, stepping one foot forward and then the hand, other foot forward, hand, foot, hand, foot, hand, foot, hand, and then working it to the other direction. Feel free to stay longer. Once you've had enough, you're going to tuck the chin, slowly land on the back of the shoulders, and roll the spine down. Come into your comfortable recovery position, either letting the knees knock together or bringing the soles of the feet wide, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, letting the lower back release. And then drawing the knees together, not pressing the lower back into the floor, but having an awareness of your spine being in a neutral position, back to the ribs, to the floor. You're going to float one leg up to tabletop and then float the other leg up to tabletop. Interlace the hands behind the head, and then as you exhale, start to curl the upper spine up. So we're not pressing our lower backs into the floor, we're just not letting the rib cage arch away. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're just going to tap right heel to the floor. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, left. Inhale, bring it in. 2 more just like this on each side. Lengthen through the back of the neck. This is working for you, stay here. Otherwise, start to send the leg long and then bring it back to tabletop. Send it long, bring it back to tabletop. Keep going. Make sure that the leg that is stationary, the knee isn't coming forward of the hip. So you don't want to draw it in towards the body. You want to keep it stacked directly over the hip. This is working for you, stay here. Otherwise, you're going to just start to reach opposite hand back. Once again, keeping that connection of the back of the ribs to the floor. Two more on each side. Slowly let the lower head release. Send both feet up to the sky. You can plant the hands down by the hips, or you can have them behind your head. As you take an inhale to prepare, and then as you exhale, I want you to think of stamping the feet to the sky, slowly releasing. So it's just a little mini lift of the hips. See if you can hold it at the top, and think of the feet going more directly up as opposed to swinging towards the face. They will come towards the face a little bit, but the movement is more of an upward lift of the hips. Small, subtle, very effective. We're going to do 5 more. And then slowly draw it in. Roll the nose up towards the knees. Squeeze yourself into a tight little ball. This time you're going to stay in the tight little ball. You're just going to release the right leg long. Draw it in. Release the left leg long. Draw it in. 3 more on each side. Draw it in. Roll it down. take the hands out to the side. We're going to take a spinal twist. So take your favorite spinal twist, whatever that looks like for you. And then drawing it back through center, switching it over to the other side. Drawing it back through center, reaching for the outside edges of the feet, drawing the knees down towards the floor for a happy baby pose. Maybe swaying gently side to side, letting the lower back be really broad on the mat. And taking any other movements you feel like you need to before you come into your final resting position, maybe releasing to Shavasana, or I'm going to finish today in a seated position, so maybe rocking yourself up to a comfortable seat. And you can feel free to take a couple of circles of the spine. We did a lot of back bending today, so you probably maybe got a little bit of tension in through the lower back. And when you feel like you're ready, just closing down through the eyes, turning the palms up towards the sky, taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. Big open mouth exhale. And taking a few moments here just to let your body surrender into the earth, to neutralize, and to have a moment of gratitude. And remembering to meet yourself where you're at, knowing that that is perfectly fine, and that it may look different to yesterday, and it may look different to tomorrow, and that is fine. Please stay here for as long as you have time for today. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Today, as you go forward, may you have peace in your thoughts, kindness in your words, and a calmness in your heart. Namaste.